Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all things major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much more. I'm your host Chris, and Disney Plus has really expanded the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's exactly how they headlined the use of Disney Plus for the purposes of the MCU. It's going to expand the MCU, and that's fantastic, and that's what it's done. It's given us a new perspective, and it's given us a new way to introduce characters in an extended series that lasts anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, depending on how many episodes and the time frame, which is a lot longer than a 2 or 2.5 hour long movie. On top of that, we've gotten more projects coming out a year. Whereas in the past we maybe would get 3 movies a year, we're now currently getting 3 or 4 movies a year, and 3 or 4, maybe even 5 Disney Plus projects a year. So a lot of Marvel content is coming our way, keeping us very full and hopefully very happy with all of the Marvel updates. Now today we have several different 2022 Disney Plus project updates to give you. We have a release date for I Am Groot, there's a little bit of news on Loki Season 2, and of course we have a ton of projects that don't have release dates yet, so we're going to talk about the potential timeline as to what will continue to release through the end of 2022. So if you're interested in the Disney Plus updates, you're going to want to stick around for the end of this video. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our other major movie and television news updates. You can also check me out on my other socials, Instagram at Chris M. Rosser or Twitter at TheCultureChris. You can use the QR codes or the links that are in the description down below. So this year we had a large list of projects, and a lot of them still don't have official release dates but are rumored and supposedly coming out this year. We've already seen the Moon Knight series, which in my opinion was a massive success. It was arguably one of the best Disney Plus series we've had so far, and the first title character to have never been in the MCU before with Moon Knight. And I think the introduction of him was very fun, very intriguing, and we used the extra time to get to know the character, so when he does pop up somewhere in the MCU as a Midnight Sun, as an Avenger, or however they plan on using him, we're going to know the character very well and be excited for his return. Now, coming out in 2 days, on Wednesday this week, we will be getting Miss Marvel. This is going to be, again, a new character, a new title character who has never been in the MCU before, and she's getting her own series. Now, I've seen the first 2 episodes. Of course, they haven't released to the public yet, so you've not been able to judge whether or not you're going to enjoy this series. I will say it's geared towards kids. It's different than any of the Disney Plus projects we've had so far, but if you can have an open mind about the direction they're trying to bring this character and the fact that it is geared towards a younger audience, you are going to enjoy it for the fact that there are tons of recalls, Easter eggs, and it does have a very old era MCU feel, as well as including a new culture and definitely showing us a little bit of diversity in that as well. So if you're open-minded, you're going to really enjoy it, and if not, I'm afraid you might not actually get behind this one, just because it isn't like Moon Knight or Loki where it does have this very intense and cool storyline. It is a little bit softer. Now, it might not be a Disney Plus project, but releasing on Disney Plus on June 22nd is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So if you haven't been able to go to the theater to watch it and somehow haven't had the entire thing spoiled or ruined for you yet, you're going to have an opportunity to watch it on Disney Plus on June 22nd, or you can watch it again for a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th time on Disney Plus. With that being said, there are a few more projects set to come out this year. We actually just learned yesterday that the I Am Groot series will be releasing on August 10th. Now, this is a short series that is going to show us Groot growing up. Now, there's not a whole lot known about what to expect from this series, whether or not it's going to be Baby Groot that we've been watching growing up, or Baby Groot prior to him joining the Guardians of the Galaxy. But in the poster that was released yesterday by Marvel, announcing the release date, you do see Baby Groot leaning up against Chris Pratt's Walkman, so maybe he will be involved. It's really hard to say, and they're being very vague about it. You also see 2 little baby penguin type things with 4 eyes peeking around the tree, which is an air freshener. So it's going to be interesting to say, but for fans of Groot, for fans of the Guardians of the Galaxy, you should enjoy this one. And yes, Vin Diesel will be reprising his role of Groot, saying I am Groot several times over and over again. Now that comes out on August 10th, and August 17th we get She-Hulk, which has dropped its first full trailer and will be featured alongside with Hulk, who we've seen in the trailer, and massive rumors are saying that Daredevil and a few others might make cameos in this series. Now, we haven't really had many massive cameos in any of the series so far. They've pretty much stuck true to who they are about. We might be seeing Carol Danvers in Miss Marvel, since she's one of the Marvels, and Miss Marvel and the Marvels kind of all go together. And we are already pretty sure that The Marvels, the sequel to Captain Marvel, will be featuring Miss Marvel in it. However, even then, we aren't sure if we will be seeing a Captain Marvel cameo. So that being said, any cameos that we know will be coming, like in She-Hulk with the Hulk, that should be very exciting, because we're going to be getting some of these bigger original characters, and then hopefully newer characters like Daredevil, who should be, and I do believe will be showing up as well. She-Hulk is going to be a very interesting series because it's going to be introducing a new character. Actress Tatiana Maslany will be playing She-Hulk, who is a lawyer seemingly working for a new department that is in charge of trying and incarcerating enhanced individuals. Should be fun, and hopefully will give us a little bit of an insight of what it's like to live in the world right now, since superheroes is a massive topic in, the MCU. If She-Hulk has 6 episodes, which the majority of the Disney Plus projects have had, that will take us through September 28th, which means October is the next date coming up. Now, there is a Halloween special that is being filmed and put together, maybe even has finished filming. We know very little about the Halloween special, other than it's rumored to be Werewolf by Night. Now, in October, you would expect a Halloween special to drop, and that's exactly where She-Hulk brings us up to. So if we are getting a Halloween special, and if it is about Werewolf by Night, I would expect that to drop in October. Now, the I Am Groot special, the holiday Christmas special for Guardians of the Galaxy, and the Halloween special are all shorts. And James Gunn recently said his understanding of what a short is a 90-minute episode, so kinda like a little movie. And that's what was explained to us. Now, we don't have exact details about all of them. Presumably, James Gunn is speaking about the holiday special and maybe the I Am Groot series, which also might just be one episode. But I'm just going to go ahead and assume that that's the precedent for the Halloween special for the Werewolf by Night show that we may be getting this year. And if that's the case, Werewolf by Night is going to be a very interesting character to introduce right now. If you weren't already familiar with this, Moon Knight's first ever appearance is actually in a Werewolf by Night comic. So there's a connection there. There's a potential for seeing Moon Knight in this, or maybe just being introduced to Werewolf by Night, who, whatever his purpose will be in the MCU, or won't be in the MCU, does have an opportunity to connect to characters such as Blade and Moon Knight. And Halloween is just one of the coolest holidays ever, so any type of attention I can get for Halloween from the MCU, super excited for that. Now, following the Halloween special, we have a possibility for 3 more series to be coming out in 2022. So we will be going out very busy and with a bang, although I do not personally believe all 3 will be dropping this year. We were told What If Season 2 was dropping in 2022. We haven't had any update, nor do we have a release date, and as you can tell, the end of 2022 is pretty busy. We're already in November now, the end of October, and we have that project. We also have the Secret Invasion project, and then we have the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. Now, there's always a time and a possibility for them to wrap projects around each other. As you're seeing they're doing right now with Obi-Wan Kenobi, the release date for Miss Marvel and Obi-Wan Kenobi are on the same day, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it doesn't necessarily matter. You just have to pick which one you want to watch first. However, there is definitely time to space things out, and I think we will be getting Secret Invasion first in 2023. It will be the first project, whether it comes out in March or whether it comes out a little earlier. And then I think What If will come out the end of the year. We'll have the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special coming out the end of this year, and then Secret Invasion next year. If not, Secret Invasion is going to get squished somewhere in there, and it will go in between What If and the holiday special. Secret Invasion does, however, sound extremely interesting, as it's going to show us a little bit of life during the blip. We're going to be getting an idea of what was happening on Earth beyond what we just saw in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. We've also heard close to nothing from Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury, who has been up to some space stuff. But wherever you see Nick Fury, you're about to see some pretty cool things. So hopefully we'll get some references, some callbacks, and some planted seeds for the future, all coming from what Nick Fury has to tell us in Secret Invasion. Also, super important to remember that Loki Season 2 started filming today. Loki Season 2 is going to be a very important series, as the reason that everything in the MCU with the multiverse and all of that craziness has been happening, No Way Home, WandaVision, Multiverse of Madness, all stems off of what Loki did in his first season, and we were introduced to the idea of Kang and of course He Who Remains. So after Ant-Man Quantumania, Loki Season 2 is going to be one of the most important projects coming to the MCU for the future and for the big explanation as to where we're going with the franchise. I don't think Kang is going anywhere, even if somehow Ant-Man and Wasp manage to kill him in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. There will be more. Kang is not a one-off character. We're going to be seeing him a lot. So Loki Season 2 will provide us with more details about that, and I'm super excited for when that actually happens. So all of those updates are what's happening on Disney Plus in 2022. Later this week, we're getting Ms. Marvel, and so much more will be coming out throughout the remainder of the year. And we didn't even talk about the movies that are coming out in theaters this year. So let me know which of these projects you're most excited for, and also let me know if you are enjoying the Disney Plus series. Thank you guys so much for watching to the very end of the video. If you found it helpful, useful, or interesting, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.